Wicked grossed $15.6 million on the biggest Monday ever for November.
Wow.
Insane hold, just a 49% drop from Sunday. Again, obviously, Sunday is going to be big. It's a weekend. The drop from Sunday to Monday, often an indicator of how well it's going to hold, how much word of mouth is spread for it. Just a 49.5% drop. So these are the highest grossing Mondays ever for November, followed by the drops associated with them. Wicked at 15.6 million clears Frozen 2's 12.8, which was a 66% drop. Obviously, now, Frozen 2 had a huge domestic run.
But is that Frozen 2's first Monday, just to be clear?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Just want to be clear.
Highest grossing Mondays ever. Actually, like the comparison between Frozen 2 and Wicked are going to be interesting because Frozen 2 had a $130 million opening, Wicked around 114. They open on like the same day, like the weekend before Thanksgiving. So it's the same type of you would imagine that those comparisons, it's going to be interesting to watch them. Frozen 2 only had like a 34% drop weekend to weekend over Thanksgiving weekend. So Hunger Games Catching Fire, 12.3, 64% drop. Skyfall, James Bond Skyfall, that had a great hold at only 52%, but again, 11 million. And then Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, 11.1. This is the highest grossing Mondays ever.
That's crazy. In November.
Exactly. Wicked just destroyed them.
That's crazy.
So that probably means it's going to have a very, very good hold. But Moana 2 is coming out. Does that affect the weekend numbers? We'll see.
Word of mouth is super strong for Wicked, and we did see this tweet right here from Variety. Universal's chief marketing officer says Barbie's marketing strategy provided inspiration for Wicked. That's the inspiration. Last year's biggest movie also was centered on and fueled by women. I get frustrated sometimes that our industry has to relearn that lesson time and time again. There are enough women in the world. If you make something that is truly an event for them, they will show up. Barbie proved that in giant magnitude last year. We found hope in that we could be a version of that same phenomenon. I have no problem with that. Do you know what else I don't have a problem with? Brilliant. They should use that same strategy and make Star Wars movies for men. Exactly how it should fucking be. I don't have a problem if you're making movies for women. That's fine. I'm glad people are loving Wicked. I want it to, if it makes $1 billion, that's fine. I think it's probably based on the word of mouth. I mean, I know the international box office is a question in terms of like how much will it actually get. How did Barbie do internationally, by the way? Did that have a lot of pull internationally, or was it more of a domestic?
It was, so Barbie was close to 50-50.
Okay.
Domestic and international.
Okay.
But so most big movies, when they really take off and are massive, they have a bigger international skew. A couple exceptions recently, things like Barbie. I think Top Gun Maverick was pretty close to a 50-50 split as well. But a lot of them, especially some of these big comic book movies or big animated movies like that, you're going to have a really big international audience that drives it to be that insane 1.4, 1.5 billion type of number.
And I'm hoping that this can, again, we'll see in time. I mean, the problem is they have no problem. On one hand, they disrespect women constantly by letting, men into women's sports. But yet, then they have no problem embracing women with their fake virtue signaling bullshit. But Barbie is a classic example, marketing towards women. Wicked's another one. And they're making tons of money.
Properties that are for women, that are marketed towards women, is a good idea. That's what you should be doing.
Yes.
What you shouldn't be doing is desperately trying to take things that are traditionally male-dominated fan bases, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Lord of the Rings, and make those things for women and expect that women are going to show up in droves and not drive the male audience away.
Right. Exactly.
It's absolutely retarded.
Exactly. So there you go. So there's Chris in the chat now. But yeah, these are great points by Chris. I'll retweet that. That needs to get a lot of traction. So there we go. Boom.